Hello beautiful humans, it's been a while since I posted my last long-form video and I honestly missed it. You might have seen me posting short reels like acting skits, a little bit of dancing, some insights and moments from my life, and of course the daily motivation for activity, for the physical movement. But I really did miss long form. I have realized that it is in the long form I am capable to share with you the tools for reorganizing and improving your life, sharing the inspirational stories, and in general, getting to connect with you on a deeper level. So, let's make it official. I am back. Wait, I am back. I guess I'm not a really good impersonator. I am back and it's official. And today we're gonna be talking about something deeply personal, something universal, and let's be honest, something that might be holding you back. The fear of not being good enough. Sounds familiar? If you ever have felt like you're not good enough, know that you are not alone. Me, myself, and this video, believe me, it's been 20 years ago when I wanted to start posting on YouTube, and I remember my mom saying back then, "You wanna be a YouTuber? You're gonna be an influencer." That's a very bad impersonation. Possibly. Don't tell her that. I remember that I've listened to her and she was like, "You should get yourself a proper job." Yeah, the proper job turned out to be an acting and dancing, so I don't know which one actually is worse. Have you ever felt like that? You don't have enough experience, don't have enough qualifications, don't have enough certification, don't. You are just not enough yet. And will you ever be? Who knows? You feel like your value is not there yet for you to share it, for you to monetize it maybe. Believe me, this is more common than you may think. We are oftentimes jeopardizing our own success. Not the lack of talent, not the bad timing, not other people's opinions, just your limiting beliefs. If you have ever felt like you are not enough, know that you can also change that limiting belief. We think that we need to be great before we even try. But honestly, how can you be great at something if you don't dare to be bad at it at first? How can you try to be a professional when you have never been a beginner? It is simply impossible. And when you start looking at the whole concept from this perspective, something shifts. This is where most people stop themselves, right at the starting line. But what if I told you that being good at something means that you are willing to look stupid at the beginning, to be laughed at, to do it wrong, to fall flat on your face sometimes. And sometimes publicly too. All of these things are necessary for you to level up. Have you ever heard this quote? First, they laugh at you. Then they watch you. At the end, they ask you, how did you do it? You've probably heard the stories of the overnight success, and with nowadays social media, you would have thought that basically every business is built within 30 days. You should be making $10,000 a month on the regular basis just by committing 5 minutes a day, if not less. That every single person that you are seeing is successful because of, how do you call this gesture? Magical click. True story? Most of these overnight successes are years, if not decades, in the making. They are built on countless hours of uncomfortable practice, thousands of decisions to show up anyway, and the willingness to struggle and go and fail forward, no matter what. Well, we think we need to be self-confident first. Guess what? Self-confidence actually does not come first. Self-confidence comes from the action, from doing the doings, from proving to yourself that you are capable of committing to yourself, to your goals. Let me tell you a quick story. When I was teaching dancing in New York, I oftentimes had students who would come for their first class and they would look at me practicing and they would be like, when I will be able to dance like you are doing it. And my honest reply was, believe it or not, I didn't go out of my mom's womb pirouetting my way out. It was hours of practice. It was the kilometers in dance shoes on the dance floor. It was hectoliters of sweat and blood and going for the competitions and being on training in day and in out on every single day. The difference between the person coming for the first class and the professional is simply the amount of practice that they are getting. What I had was not a talent, but it was training. It was consistency. And it's the same exact thing for anything. It can be for dancing, it can be for building your business, for writing a book, doing a YouTube channel. It also goes much deeper into healing the trauma and transforming your life. None of these things are happening with the simple click. There is no magical fast forward, and I am always watching with curiosity all of the gurus that are saying just bend the timeline, quantum leap. Sure, the quantum leaping is great, and I've got nothing against that. But however, it's the mindset and consistency that gets you to the point where you are capable of actually doing the leap. When you are capable of embracing the new reality, you cannot get into it without getting through the process. The process is what is preparing you to be there. Not many people, if anyone, is capable of just switching off and switching on in a new reality. That's highly unlikely. What you want to do, you really want to build the trust within yourself, the self-confidence in yourself to the extent that you know that you will be able to handle any of the realities that life might throw at you. That makes you quite literally rewire your brain. Learning should always lead to action. There are plenty of people, and I am guilty of that too, who are for years reading self-development books, or they are reading about how to start their business, and then they are postponing the idea of starting it just because of the fear. And the fear can be not even conscious. It might be the unconscious thought that you are having. What if it doesn't work out? What if I'm not good enough? How will I handle it? And the action and doing and building self-confidence is the key factor for getting over this struggle, this challenge, because it develops in you not even a belief, the knowledge that you will handle whatever is thrown your way, whatever is gonna happen, whether you're gonna fail, or you're gonna succeed, you will be able to handle it. Remember, there is no such thing as failure. If you're trying, then you're either getting success or you're gonna learn from it. There is nothing wrong. What you're gonna waste, a little bit of time, sometimes money, okay, all of those things really worth it if you are going for your dream, if you are thinking about achieving a goal. When you light up inside just thinking about it, there is no wrong in trying to pursue it, even if you fail once, twice, 15 times. As an actress, I can tell you that they say you need to, I think, send over 70 auditions to get one. Acting gives you a great resilience to being rejected. And you may think, normally in business, if you fail, well, that's the business that is failing. In acting, you are rejected. Your person is rejected. Of course, it's you preparing a particular character, but it's still you. You are feeling like a failure at some point, unless you've got the really, really good preparation. And believe me, it helps a lot. So go to good acting school if you want to face rejection better. Okay, let's look at the quick statistics. I love to always support my views with numbers. So if we're talking business, according to Small Business Administration, I do have my notes, I did prepare the scripts. According to Small Business Administration, roughly 20% of businesses fail within the first year and 50% within first 5 years. That is scary enough to actually never want to try to even start your business, isn't it? But the statistics are not telling you something more, that most of the entrepreneurs failed multiple times before finally getting it right. And they learned from each of them. There is never a failure. There is always a lesson. And that goes to everyone, to business owners, to athletes, to transformational coaches too. So, let me say it loud and clear. You don't need to be fearless to start. You don't need to be perfect. You just need the willingness to be seen as the beginner. And that is a superpower. We're always scared of what other people are gonna think about me. The sad or not so sad truth is that most of the people don't think about you. They are living their own lives. Have you ever been to the beach with someone who is self-body conscious? I do have few people like that and one person in my family. And she would never wear a bikini to the beach because she's so self-conscious, and she would always stop herself from having fun and enjoying the weather and the summer just because of what other people are gonna think about me. And the truth being, most of the people don't think about you. And the ones that are gonna be thinking bad things are not worth your time or energy anyway. So why would you bother? Do your stuff anyway. Don't let other people, not even other people, don't let your thinking, what other people might be thinking, to stop you from doing what you always dreamt of. I love this saying, the courage to be bad at something is the first step to be brilliant at it. If you're here because you're craving transformation, it might be in your business, in your personal life, in your character, in your body, in any area of your life, then I encourage you to not wait any longer. I encourage you to start now, today. Right after you're gonna switch off from this video, I encourage you to do first step on the way of transformation. Because clarity comes from action. Confidence comes from action. And success? Success is simply consistent action over time. If you found that any of this was useful and that it hit somewhere close, then I have created a free tool for you that you can download from the link down below in the description. It's Limiting Beliefs, the PDF file, a simple yet powerful guide to uncover the limiting beliefs you might be holding and the stories you might have been telling yourself for the last years, if not decades, if not ever since. And I promise you, doing even one page of really thoroughful journaling and work can really change a lot in your life. And as with everything, it starts with one sentence, one chapter, one page, and then you rewrite your entire story. One page is what can give you already clarity to start off. So whether you're dancing, acting, building a career, starting a new business, transforming your life, following your dream, or simply trying to believe in yourself again, just remember this. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Thank you for being here. I'm Annie Demotion, transformational coach, embodiment guide, and your reminder that it is always safe to start again. See you in the next one. And in the meantime, just move. Kisses!